Well, hello Aries. This is Maria Guyon from Wild Fox Alchemy. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to do your monthly reading for July 2021. This is a business and finance reading. I don't do love and romance or that sort of stuff. I can do them. I'm just better at this. I'm an intuitive business coach and I'm here to help you to banish the blocks to your success and learn how to manifest a meaningful business that lights up the world and brings you abundance at the same time. So let's get started. I'm going to start with a spirit animal card actually to give us the overall theme. Whoa, we'll see what we get. That's a jumper. Watch and wait, seahorse spirit. I often feel like this little dude is a bit like a hanged man in that he sits back and observes what's going on. He's waiting to see what's going to happen. Sometimes, you know, we can want to rush into stuff, but if we take a little bit of time, then we get other insights that make us realise that patience is the thing. Right, in the present, we've got the Chariot, discipline and determination. What could be blocking us this month for Aries? Ooh, the Tower. Right, okay. What's the subconscious mind focusing on for Aries spirit? What does Aries need to bear in mind that their subconscious mind is focusing on? The Ace of Shells, happiness and abundance. What needs healing? The Two of Shells. What's been going on in the recent past, the last 3 to 6 months? What have we got there? Whoa! We've got the Three of Crystals. What are we consciously focusing on this month, Aries? The Queen of Feathers. What's in the near future, Spirit? What do we have in the near future for Aries? We have the Two of Feathers. Okay. And what is going on in our external environment for Aries, please, Spirit? Four of Shells. Whoa. Our hopes and fears are the Six of Acorns. And the projected outcome. What's the projected outcome for Aries for July 2021, Spirit? The Traveller. Or the Fool in other decks. Alrighty then. So we started with Seahorse Spirit, with Watch and Wait. And this guy, even though he's not upside down, I feel like he has very hanged man sort of energy. This very sort of, let's just wait and see, let's just observe things and see what happens, rather than, you know, sort of rushing in and responding to everything. He stays away from turbulence and drama. There's a saying, isn't there, about not my circus, not my monkeys. And I gathered that saying over my family, because my family are terrible at creating drama. I don't mean my kids, I mean like my sisters, my parents. They're terrible drama queens, and quite often I would get involved in their dramas only to find myself in trouble with one or the other of them later down the line. So I feel like this is saying that, you know, you might need to change your perspective on a few things. You might need to just step back and let things unfold before you start actually doing anything. Don't sort of jump to quick judgments or start arguing with somebody. Take a step back. Don't get involved in all this stuff and just take a step back. Now, we've got a lot of major arcanas going on in this reading, so I feel like there's a lot going on here. I think that, you know, this watching and waiting business is going to lead to some quite large changes and shifts. We've got the Chariot, discipline and determination here. This is about action and control, making decision, focusing on what you're doing. So I feel like you've been really disciplined and determined in your business. I think like the Rhino, you know, there's nothing stopping you. You are going to go and crack on and get your stuff done. You've really tried to move forwards. You've been decisive about what you've needed to do, and you've cracked on. But then we've got this dude. Now, this is about unexpected sudden change. And I just want to say, a lot of people are a little bit wary of this card because they feel like everything's crashing down. In this particular deck, it's represented by the chameleon. And that's for a reason. The chameleon adapts and changes to his environment. And this is what you will do. I know this is going to be an obstacle. There's going to be something sudden. Something's going to come. I've got hair on the table. And it's mine. And that's annoying me, so I'll just move that. You have to adapt to your environment on this one. Things changing, it isn't always a bad thing. The end of something isn't always a bad thing. It can be the beginning of something else, which I feel is what we've got here. The outcome here is the traveller. So don't get bogged down with this tower moment that's coming into you, because it's going to be the start of something else, is what I'm being told. You just have to wait and see. Don't rush. Don't rush to make any decisions. You know, if we relate it back to this, don't rush to make any decisions straight away when this tower moment occurs, because I think something will come out of it that will, you know, sort of, it will be better. You're going to start another journey, another adventure that will actually be more fruitful. So, the subconscious mind, what is the subconscious mind focusing on? What is the root of a possible problem with this situation? And this is the Ace of Cups, and this is about new relationships, a new way of being creative perhaps. You're looking for happiness and abundance is what your subconscious mind is looking for, but you've got the Two of Shells as what needs healing. So that's interesting, because this is about emotional connections and whether you see eye to eye with people or not, whether you can be in partnership with someone. And I feel like I'm going to clarify that actually, because I'm not sure quite. In fact, I'm going to clarify both of these cards. Spirit, can you clarify the Ace of Shells for me? What is the subconscious mind focusing on? What is the root of the problem here this month? The root of any problems this month. The subconscious root of any problems this month, Spirit, please. What have we got? We've got the Ten of Cups. We've got the Ten of Cups, which is all about happy families, a completion of stuff, bliss, maybe ending some old stuff and starting new again, allowing us to start again. But this is a very sort of home related. We're talking very emotional stuff going on here. Spirit, can you clarify for me the Two of Shells? What needs healing, please, Spirit? What needs healing, please, Spirit? Spirit, what needs healing for Aries in July 2021? What needs healing? What needs healing? Well, there we go. What needs healing? Got the Six of Wands. Success, triumph, power, confidence, enthusiasm, public recognition. I'm going to go again on that one, Aries, because I'm just not sure. We've got the Ace of Swords. And I'm going to come back to this root of the problem, Spirit. Can I have another card for the root of the problem, Spirit, please? We've got the Nine of Cups. There's something very emotional going on here, isn't there? Whatever this is, whatever is going on here is definitely an emotional issue. The subconscious root of the problem was the Ace of Shells. A new way of being creative, new relationship. You're seeking something new. Subconsciously you need something new that is linked to your happiness and your abundance. So I clarified this and got the Ten of Cups, which again, more emotions going on. This is about a possibility of a new start. I feel like you want a new start. There's a desire for satisfaction and contentment. You want emotional happiness. but for whatever reason you're not getting it. Now, is this because of something that wants healing? And we're back again. We've got the Two of Shells, which is about union and partnership and seeing eye to eye and an emotional connection with people. But then we've ended up with the Six of Wands, which is about success, triumph, power, confidence, enthusiasm, some public recognition. So everybody's waving their wands there at him as he rides in the parade down the street going, look what I did, aren't I amazing? And then we've got the Ace of Swords, which is about a mental breakthrough, finding clarity, a spark of an idea that you really want to take action on to move forward. This is about your thoughts, about communication. I'm still not getting this any clearer, so I'm going to take a moment to sit with this. We'll move on to the Three of Crystals here and see what's been going on in your recent past. And this is about collaboration, productivity, planning, growth, skills, learning. The busy bee here that works in partnership with people to get what it is that they want. And that's what you've been doing the last sort of 3 to 6 months. You've been working very hard. Is something going wrong with this collaboration? Is that what is going wrong here? Is there some tension around this collaboration? Maybe it's not working the way that you hoped it would. Because you are a seeker of balance and harmony, and I feel that maybe in the past your life hasn't been particularly balanced or harmonious, and that you struggle sometimes to work with others, that perhaps you're not the sort of person that enjoys collaborating because there's always maybe a bit of fear behind it about whether it's going to work out or not. Is it that when you work in partnership with other people you feel like they've taken the credit? They've taken the credit from you in the past for your ideas, for your spark. You desperately wanted recognition for your achievements and you haven't had it, is what I'm getting there. So you've struggled with this collaboration side of things because you feel like other people are taking the credit, or you're not getting enough credit for the things that you have put out there. So what's your conscious focus been? Let's move on to that before we come back to the rest. And that is the Queen of Feathers. And she's another sword card. She talks about perception and truth, about boundaries and standards. She's very focused on the future. And I wonder if it's the boundaries and standards bit that you are focusing on at the moment. I wonder if this collaboration... Oh, I'm squeaking again, this chair's so uncomfortable. I'm wondering if this collaboration is causing issues here. Your near future is the Two of Feathers, which is about decisions and making directions, which choice to make. There could be some indecision going on here, some need to face your fears. So what are your hopes and fears? I'm getting the external environment is the Four of Shells. So we're back to more emotional stuff again. This is about emotional stability, about grounding yourself. You need to ground yourself before you make any decisions or choices. There needs to be some soul searching and some reevaluation here of what is going on. I get the feeling this has got something to do with your collaboration. Maybe you've got yourself into something and you've decided that it's not for you and you don't really know how to get out of it. Your hopes and fears are the Six of Acorns. And we're looking at, again, the same card. No, that's the 5. We're looking at leadership, public recognition. It is, it's the same card. It's the public recognition. You want the success, you want people to see that it's you that's behind all this stuff. You want people to see the truth. You want people to see the truth, don't you? That's what this message is about, and the guidance is to watch and wait, because the truth will out and you will start a new journey. Yes, okay. So the overall reading, just to recap, we've got the Chariot. You've been working hard, you've been disciplined, you've been determined, you've been moving yourself forward. You've really, really changed things for yourself by being disciplined, by being focused on what you wanted. You've had some decisions to make, but you've made them. You've been very decisive and very determined and disciplined in those decisions. You've stuck to your guns on everything, and you've just moved forward, and like the rhinoceros, there's been nothing stopping you. Maybe you felt like there's nothing stopping you, but then, wham, bam. We've got a tower moment where something has come crashing down around your ears, and that's enough to shake anybody to their core. You know, it's not easy. The tower moment, whilst I'm not saying to be afraid of it, don't ever be afraid of it, but it can be uncomfortable. But the messages in these cards are that, like the chameleon, you need to adapt to your circumstances. So then we get down to this root of the problem, which is your subconscious mind. What is your subconscious talking to you about? What do you want? What is your soul want, if you like? Not what your mind says you want, but what your soul really wants. And we got the Ace of Shells there. And you want a new way of being. You want a new way of creating a new relationship, perhaps within your business. So, which brought us to this Ten of Cups, which is about a new start and ending some old stuff. You're seeking desperately this happiness and bliss that this family has, that perhaps through your business you were hoping that your family would be happy, and that's really secretly what you want. You've got this wish card here, the 9, that's satisfaction and contentment, and you're almost there, you've almost got it. But then we've got this old stuff that needs healing, which is this need for union and harmony with the Two of Shells. It's all emotional stuff. You need emotional connection, but you also need some recognition for what you get done. You need to know that people know that it's you. That's the feeling that I'm getting here. That you're a leader. You're looking for success and triumph, but you also want people to acknowledge that. I feel like you've never been acknowledged. I feel like you've never really been acknowledged for your successes. Maybe by your parents, maybe by other people, teachers, people that are important to you. I feel like you've never actually been acknowledged. And that hurts you, and it matters to you. It really matters to you. So when we move into this Ace of Swords, I feel like you've had this really great idea. This business has perhaps been an idea for a long time. You've really wanted to make this happen. And you've gone into it with collaboration and productivity with other people. You've allowed other people into your business to help you, which is sensible. You know, we can't always do everything alone. Some of us are great at being one-man bands, some of us are not. And so there's been this element of bringing other people in. It could be your partner. This makes me think it could possibly be your partner, or a sister or brother, or somebody that you have an emotional connection with. And then your conscious focus has been on this Queen of Feathers. And she is all about the truth. She wants to set boundaries. She's got very strong personal standards. And maybe these people that you've been working with don't have your standards. Maybe they're not very ethical. Maybe they're not as truthful as you would like them to be. Which brings us all the way back down to this you want to expand and grow. You want to expand and grow in what you're doing. And it brings us back to this Two of Feathers of wondering what decisions to make this work, and you are struggling perhaps to know. You're going to have to make these decisions. And for that, you kind of need to go back to the attitude that you've had with the Chariot here, of just being quite forceful and making the decisions, but with the warning of watch and wait. Don't just go jumping straight in. And then we come to this Four of Shells, which is your external environment, which again is telling you to watch and wait, to ground your thoughts, to quiet your mind, to rest, to meditate before making any sorts of decisions on what is going on around you, because somebody somewhere is annoying you. They're annoying you. And we've got this repeat of the Six of Acorns again here, this Six of Swords, where you really want this recognition, you want the success, and you want the recognition that you deserve. And I believe you do deserve it, but people are not giving you that recognition. I just had a thought about somebody that told a story about how she and her husband went to a business marketing meeting, I think it was, and she was actually the heart and soul of the business and her husband worked for her. But they never talked to her about the business. They always made the beeline to the husband, assuming that he was the one that was the business brains behind the whole thing. And he wasn't at all. But the woman felt really peeved and pissed off about it, as well she might, because, you know, he was so disrespectful towards her in the things that he said to her husband. And he just assumed the man was everything about it. So I just wonder if that's what's going on here with you. But you need to watch and wait before doing anything about it. Although I feel like we've got the Fool right at the end, the outcome. A leap of faith, a new beginning, a new adventure. Whatever this decision is that you need to make is going to lead to this new adventure, I feel. So, what decision? Let's use the herb crafters and see what comes out of this one. Spirit, what decision does Aries need to make this month to get to this new beginning, this new start? Spirit, what is this decision relating to? I've got a funny feeling it's about whether to continue working with these people. What is the decision that needs to be made with regards to this Two of Feathers? Okay, we've got yet another water card. And we've got the Seven of Water. Seven of Cups, the Birch. Seven of Cups is about reevaluation. It's about choices. Now, what it's saying is you've got to do what's right for you emotionally. You're going to have to make that decision of what is right for you emotionally on this one. This is all about you soul searching and reevaluating whether this stuff is working. Could be you need a staff change. It could be that you need to just talk. Because if you've got a family member or a business partner that is swanning around, taking the credit for everything that you're doing, and it's upsetting you, maybe you need to talk to them about it. But then I'm being drawn back to this again, which says watch and wait. I'm being told that they're not doing it on purpose necessarily, that you're triggered because of something that's happened to you in the past. I'm getting that this feeling of not getting the credit is triggered by something in the past where people did not praise you for your achievements. You never felt like you were recognised for the things, the good things that you did. And I feel like what's been going on with you getting other collaborators in is that this feeling has come back to you again. You want this emotional peace and abundance and happiness, but for whatever reason you can't get it because you feel like people don't know the truth about who's in charge here. But I feel that if you watch and wait, you'll discover that perhaps they are crediting you and you just haven't noticed. Or that an opportunity will present itself where you will suddenly realise that they are crediting you, that whatever the incident was where you felt like you weren't being credited was a one-off and it's not going to happen again. You need to stop fearing whether you're going to get the the credibility and the public recognition for what you're doing. But whatever decision you make, and that decision could be that, you know, you can't work with this person anymore, that it's just, you know, by watching and waiting you realise that they are out there sucking up all the credit for everything that you've done, that you can't actually cope with that, the emotional baggage that's tied in with that is too much, and you need to make the decision to cut them loose. Well, as long as you do what is right for you emotionally, then you can't go too far wrong, because I feel like sometimes in business it's difficult because we can put the business needs first before our own needs, and therefore hire somebody that is absolutely brilliant for the business but just wears you down. And then you are not really your business. But truthfully, if you're not in tip-top form, your business can't perform in tip-top form either. And if there is an emotional aspect of this that is holding you back, then the right thing to do is to change it, without a doubt. Because if not, then you aren't firing on all cylinders, and your business will stop firing on all cylinders. Because for most of us, despite the fact they say that, you know, you're not your business and your business isn't you, it's hugely intertwined, like it or not. It's very difficult to leave most businesses at the doorstep and then just leave it all behind when you go home. It's hard to take the emotion, especially for women, I think, to take the emotion out of running a business, because it's your baby, you've birthed it, it's, you know, it's a part of you. So that's what I'm feeling with this. I think it's going to be a bit of a rough month with this Tower moment. I think, you know, it might stop you in your tracks a little bit. Especially when you think about, you know, a rhino charging, it takes him a little while to kind of pull himself up. And it might feel like you've hit a brick wall if you've been running really fast. And then suddenly this Tower moment hits. But I do think it's a real good time for reevaluation of what's going on with you, so that you can start looking at making changes. It matters to you. I mean, I talk about values, you know, and being in alignment with your values, and one of your values might be recognition, that you want to be recognised for your achievements. And that's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with that. That, you know, when you've done something and you've done a real good job, why shouldn't you be there to accept the praise or the pat on the back or the, wow, was that you that did that? That was amazing. It's not selfish. It's not about bragging or anything like that or being arrogant. It's just about being told you've done a great job. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being told you've done a great job. Not enough of us are told that we do a great job. You know, I think the world would be a better place if everybody if everybody made a point of telling other people when they'd done a really good job of something and that they were proud of them. It would be much different. But I think there just needs to be a bit of patience in how you handle it. I think the overarching message here is, don't fly off the handle and go, well, I'm not getting any recognition, so you're all fired. I'm not working with you anymore. I'm going to start an argument with you about how you never let me get any of the credit. You're walking around getting all this credit and it's pissing me off. Watch and wait. Reevaluate what you want to do. Because by doing that, you'll handle it better. And this new journey, this new start, this fresh start, this lovely adventure is due to start. And you can start fresh after all this Tower moment. So it's going to be a bit messy. You know, I'll be honest, it's going to be a bit messy. But if you watch and wait and be patient, I think it will be a lot less messy. And you'll not say anything that you regret later, or do anything that you regret later. But this, I feel this card's really important, that you must do what is emotionally right for you. It must fit with your values, whatever choice you make in this near future card. It must fit with your values. If you cannot stand the people that you're working with, then, you know, maybe it's time to let go. But if you do love them and you want to make a go of it, then you need to work out how to do that in a way that stops you feeling upset and resentful. And also, you know, they need to be honest. I keep being drawn to the word truth. They need to be honest about who is doing the work and who deserves the credit, rather than just accepting the pats on the back and not saying, well, actually, it was my lovely Aries lady that did all this stuff, and she's the one that deserves all the credit. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. Hope that resonated. If it did, please hit like and subscribe and ding the bell if you'd like to know when I release new videos, because I am going to really be chucking videos out like nobody's business this next couple of months, and I would hate for you to miss out on them. So this is me signing out for now. See you next time.